Okay, this is Doris, and to try and save a bit of time on the fact of a load of tyre kickers. Obviously with every vehicle there's things that have to be done. I built this and there's a few little bits and pieces that really probably wouldn't hurt to show. The door to get in. Not quite finished painting last year, and occasionally this little lock here has a little finicky thing that you have to jiggle around. Come in, oh nice and warm in here. Across the back we have our bedding box. You have to excuse me because I only can do this with one hand. It keeps all our bedding in there. We also have both 12 volt and two 40 volt lights. If it's raining we can get into the boot through these panels underneath the bed. And the other thing, as I said, to save a lot of tyre kickers is locks. Our locks are pegs. Building this I had untold problem with locks. That goes in the hole, doing this with one hand. Drawer no longer comes out, and this panel underneath here slides across, and that with the bottom one, and the mattresses pushed together, and a queen size sheet stretches nicely across the top of them, giving a queen size bed. We also have the stove. It's getting a little bit older, but it works, and so does the oven. Overnight, in winter, I have a screen goes up across the windscreen to help keep the heat in. This cupboard opens up there, and 9 times out of 10 that's the only thing we need to be able to sit in bed of a night and free from prying eyes. Cupboard has got plenty of cupboard space for food. Clothing goes in the drawers under the bed. We also have our bathroom cabinet. This is a shaky, horrible bloody video, but it's the best I can do. So we've got a little bit of cupboard space there. I love magnets, and this for all our pots and pans and bits and pieces. And we have magnets. Again, these locks on the drawers here, every sort that I've bought have been plastic, and they haven't lasted 5 minutes. So we've left them on this drawer, and we have good depth of drawers, which is our food cupboards. Well, and I have a really good lock which stops the whole lot flying out. And the biggest Jimmy lock that I've got of the lot, which I should have probably done something about a long time ago, is my little one up here, which is just a bit of metal that stops this drawer coming out. Now there's going to be a lot of people who are not going to be interested in this because of all these little bits and pieces, but there we go. That's the battery, all the two batteries under there. I've also got jump leads so that I can run them across to the 12 volt batteries, which are across the way under here. One of the things you may have noticed, I've not put a mileage on because I'll be honest with you, I don't know what it is. I had the mileage blanked out after the NZTA charged me $700 plus because it didn't match up with the hubometer. So legally it's possible to actually blank the mileage out on the dashboard and just run on the hubometer, which is what they take for the readings for the COF anyway. So basically up here we have my switchboard, only these ones here that I've separated off the two batteries so that we've got battery 1 and battery 2. So you're using battery 1, if both are up you're using battery 1, charging battery 2, and then these top ones are for water, lights, chargers, and over here they come from the 24 volt system up to this switchboard after being converted to 12 volt, and that actually means that we can run the fridge while the bus is running. The other thing is that I find that I use is that the heater panel, I have it switched off. The instructions for it I can give you, but it drains the battery if you leave it on forever and ever over winter or over whatever. So I've actually taken it off, and that, if I'm going to use it, is this switch up here. Switches it on, and usually I'll run the engine first because a lot of the power is taken out and that runs off the 24 volt system that starts the bus. So I have the bus running so that it actually doesn't drain anything out the battery, because it uses a lot more battery as it starts up until such time as it finishes. Anyway, there's bits and pieces. I'll take you for a walk. I've got the more magnets, homemade ramps. In there we have the gas bottles, and they're actually run up on barbecue hose, which is perfectly legal. And the boot, I don't know whether you can actually see that, but that's what's happened since painting on the top of the boot. I did say there were some things to actually be done. And in here we have a small boot, but that's, I carry 20 litres of diesel in there just in case I need it. There's a lead. I will be keeping the fishing rods, but everything else hopefully will be going with the bus. So there she is. Doris has served us well. There's things wrong. There will be. You'll always find something wrong. In here, inside this latch just here is actually not working. I do have it in a box somewhere and I've been meaning to get around to putting it on, but I've used that for the past 8 years. A piece of timber in there to stop it opening. Can't be bothered messing around with it. So that's Doris. Hopefully that might sort out some people who really are not going to be interested. A nice little storage area in there, and my box over there, which will go with it, is my step for outside. And of a night that drops down into the stairwell just here, and it acts as a lock on that door. Okay, that's my lot. So I hope that gives you some more information, and that's us gone. All the best.